Hello, Cancer. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach who helps sensitive, self reflective souls choose maximum growth inside and out. I have an intuitive reading message for you today about your journey this week. This is an inside outside reading, and it will look at your inner world as well as your outer world and what's going on between them. So let's get started. Princess of Swords. Ace of Swords, Five of Cups, Queen of Swords. Wow, brought the whole family of swords, didn't you? Okay, this has been a while since I've had the daughter and the queen, the princess and the queen appear in the same reading. So I'm interested to see what will come through for you. Okay. Cancer, we've got to shift things around for you. We've literally got to turn them inside out or upside down or backwards because we're going the wrong way here. So Five of Cups talks about sadness and loss in relationships or possibly in situations where you feel like you were not given or didn't receive everything you should have and had to walk away. Or perhaps there was just a breakup and you couldn't help it. What I'm seeing though is that you make a decision for your new future coming out of that place of loss. Okay, you can even see how the water is kind of similar, how it flows into here. And this Princess of Swords is appearing in your outside world to reflect to you the immaturity of this choice. Because the choice was made without taking the time to heal and without taking the time to not only embrace the situation as happening for you, but it happened without you really embracing the positivity that was in front or laid out in the future for you. So let me just say this in a different way. These cups represent relationships, and they may be relationships or loss that you've incurred because of the relationship, and this figure is looking at that. But behind him we've got two cups standing upright, which means that there are relationships looking for this person in the future. His back is to them, so he's not quite aware of them yet. There are relationships in the future that are going to be nurturing and helpful and rewarding. But right now, because this Five of Cups figure, because something on the inside, Cancer, is focused on the loss that is happening right now, rather than what's to come in the future because this time is over, your decision is coming out of that place of loss. Your way of moving forward looks like it's cutting yourself off from the past, but it's actually coming out of the wrong place. Rather than coming out of hope and trust in the future, it's coming out of disillusionment with the past. So this is an extreme example, but if you go through a breakup with someone that's a difficult breakup, this is a difficult string to sever, you might come to the conclusion that you never want to be in a relationship again. And so you might make that decision that I'm never going to be in a relationship again. But the thing is, having gone through that messy breakup, having gone through that messy relationship, you are actually starting to manifest in the process of all that pain, in the process of all that confusion, you are actually starting to manifest relationships that you actually wanted. Every time something happened that caused you pain, a part of you said, I don't want that. And a part of you sent that energy into, we'll call it escrow. That's kind of the law of attraction term. It sent it into escrow of what you actually did want. When you know what you don't want, you have immediate access to what you do want. If I know that this sauce tastes bad, I know that I don't want that sauce. I want this sauce that tastes good. Okay? So your whole process of going through that relationship was about learning what you actually wanted, Not about cutting out relationships forever, not about swearing off of men or swearing off of women forever. It's about understanding that now you have a clearer vision of what you want. So what I'd like to see is this, that you switch this, that now you're aligning with those relationships you were creating in escrow in the future. You decide to go for it by cutting yourself off from the past. And now you've made a wise, mature decision that comes not only from your heart, but it comes from the wisdom of your experience. And it comes with an ease, it comes with a grace, and it comes out of your truth. You know, we've all had relationships blow up in our face. We've all had relationships not work out. And while it's a very bitter time, in the time, you know, maybe end to a little bit after, it's also a very creative and grateful time because it tells you exactly what you wanted. You know, speaking from personal experience, there have been relationships where I've been like, okay, that looks different, let's try it. And then I go, oh wow, that was a mistake. But I'm so much clearer about this now. And when someone shows up looking like this guy or behaving the same way, I'll know, no, thank you. But I do know that this is really what I value. And I know that this is what I can be a little bit lenient on, and this is what I can really want. It's an incredibly powerful tool for manifestation in all areas of your life. You know, once we can get over the bitterness and the emotions and taking it personally and the sadness, it's really interesting right now because we're in a downpour. I've got all of this water, all this emotion running down from the sky outside my window. Once we get past all of that emotional downpour, you realize that you've been given the most powerful and precious tools for your own manifestation, for your own power to create and attract the world that you want to see for yourself. You know, I'll give you an instance of a job. I went into a music teaching job once saying, you know, it's all right. I can teach all levels. I can teach all skill levels. I can teach all levels of commitment. You know, people that are serious about the instrument, people that are not. It's fine, you know, it's a job, I'll do it. And I did not find that job satisfying, but I came out of it saying, okay, I want dedicated, committed students that want to get better at this instrument, that want to practice every week. And I created an entire business out of that, you know. I know which students to accept, which students to send to other teachers, exactly how to structure my studio, how to make my schedule, how to charge my fees. I had all of that because I went into a situation and gleaned the information from it. And even though it was a painful situation at times, I will be very frank with you about that, it was so much more valuable because it led to more abundance. And that's what I'd love to see you do, Cancer. I'd love to see you turn this around. So instead of looking at what you lost, look at what you've learned and look at the opposite of what you've lost. Because what you lost, the opposite of what you lost is what you want. Look at that, make your decision from there. And then you will be assured to have a much more easygoing, blessed future. All right, Cancer. Thanks for sharing your time and energy with me. It was a fun reading. I would love to ask you if you're willing and wanting to go deeper, if you're looking to work with me in a much deeper capacity than just, you know, watching a YouTube video or perhaps even just getting a one-on-one reading. I do have soul guidance packages which help you get to a deeper level of understanding with your soul, help you raise your vibration and your consciousness even higher, faster. If that's not the kind of thing you're into right now and you do want to just a check-in and you would like some guidance to see where you are, perhaps it's been a while since your last reading, I do still offer one-on-one intuitive readings. You can find out more on soulguidancewithadriana.com. There's a link in the description below. I will look forward to seeing you next time right here, Cancer. Have a good week.